This video is for anyone who's been waiting for the right moment to create. You keep telling yourself you'll start when life slows down, when you have more time, when you finally feel creative again. But that moment, the perfect moment, might never come. You have to make it for yourself, and that's why you should start a Gluebook today. I'm Deborah. Welcome back to the Collage table. Today I'm working on a new spread, and while I glue, I want to talk about why I think everyone should start a Gluebook, even if you never considered yourself creative. Because if you ever thought about trying it but hesitated, maybe waiting for the right supplies or the right inspiration, this is your sign to just begin. The thing is, starting a Gluebook isn't really about making something perfect. It's about giving yourself a space where nothing has to be perfect at all. It's a small corner of your life where the rules don't matter, where you can just cut, glue, and play with paper, and somehow it can also feel like you're piecing yourself back together a bit. When I first started, I didn't realize how much I needed it. It began as something simple, just a place to collect pretty images or bits of paper that made me happy. But over the years, it became something else. A way to quiet my thoughts, a way to reflect without words. Sometimes we tell ourselves we're not creative enough to do something like this, or that we don't have the time. But Gluebooking isn't about being artistic, it's about showing up for yourself in small ways. It's 5 minutes with scissors and a glue stick that somehow makes the rest of the day feel lighter. You don't need fancy supplies or an aesthetic plan. You can start with an old notebook and a stack of magazines. Rip, glue, see what happens. Because once you begin, the act of creating something for no reason at all, that's where the magic is. I think so many of us are waiting for calm, waiting for things to slow down, for the stress to ease up, for the moment when we finally have the time to be creative again. But sometimes the calm doesn't come until we make space for it. And that's what Gluebooking does. It carves out a small space where your hands can move even when your mind feels stuck. You might find that as you're working, your thoughts start to untangle a bit. You start remembering little things you'd forgotten. Maybe you start reflecting on where you are right now or how far you've come. And before you know it, the page in front of you starts to mirror that. Messy, layered, imperfect, but still beautiful in its own way. Gluebooking isn't just about making something pretty. It's about creating a quiet space in your day that belongs only to you. No deadlines, no expectations. Just scissors, paper, and a bit of time that doesn't ask for anything in return. When you start a Gluebook, you start giving yourself permission. Permission to slow down, to play, to make a mess, to not know what you're doing. It's such a rare thing, especially when life feels like a constant list of things we're not just supposed to do, but also supposed to be doing right. Gluebooking is your everything is okay me time. We spend so much of our day doing things for others, working, caring, managing everything around us, that we forget to stop and do something for ourselves. Gluebooking gives you that time where you don't owe anyone anything. You can put on music, grab your scraps, and just be in your own little world for a while. It's peaceful in a way that's hard to describe until you've tried it. You don't need a plan, you don't even need to be creative. All you need is the curiosity to start. Because once you do, something shifts. You begin noticing things. Textures, colors, small bits of beauty in magazines or packaging you used to just throw away. And you realize this isn't about talent, it's about paying attention. A Gluebook gives you a place to process life, quietly in your own way. Some people journal with words. I glue. When something's weighing on my mind, or when I just need a break from thinking, I glue. The pages hold it all for me. It's kind of therapy, but through images and scraps instead of sentences. And it's amazing how a pile of random paper can tell your story. Be a reflection of your thoughts, your moods, your seasons. Not in a planned way, but in the way certain images catch your eye, or how colors start repeating across pages without you even realizing it. You start to see patterns in what you're drawn to. Sometimes that tells you more about what's going on inside than you expect. It's a quiet kind of storytelling. No pressure, no performance, just self-expression through paper. Over time, your Gluebook becomes more than just a creative outlet. It becomes a record of your inner world. You look back at older pages and notice how your style has changed, or remember what was happening when you made them. Each spread becomes a small snapshot of who you were in that moment, and that's something really special. And honestly, it's also just very fun to do. That might sound simple, but it's a big deal. As adults, we forget how to play. We tell kids that creativity is important, but then we stop giving ourselves permission to do the same. A Gluebook lets you play again. You can be serious or silly, minimal or chaotic, and it all counts. Because the point isn't to impress anyone. The point is to enjoy yourself while you make something that didn't exist before. I've had pages that ended up completely different from what I imagined, some that I didn't like at all. But even then, those pages still taught me something. They reminded me that I can start over, that not everything has to turn out right to still be worth doing. And that's a lesson I keep needing, both in art and in life. So, if you've been waiting for the right moment to start a Gluebook, this is it. Don't overthink it, just start. Maybe in the middle of all the noise and the busy days, this might be exactly what you need. A quiet, creative space to call your own. So, if you've been thinking about it, don't wait for the right notebook or the perfect supplies. Grab an old magazine, some scissors, a glue stick, and start filling a page. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Over time, your Gluebook becomes a record of your life, not through words, but through colors, images, and feelings. A visual daily of your seasons, the good days, the stressful ones, the in-between ones. Because it's not just about paper and glue, it's about giving yourself a space to breathe, to remember that you can still create beauty even in the middle of chaos. Your Gluebook is the calm, the focus, and that tiny spark that reminds you you're here and you're worth it. If you want more videos of me working in my Gluebooks and sharing my life reflections, check out my playlist. For now, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Till next time, bye.